when I look at you and I'm talking to you this entire time we've been spending time together today, your brain is going nonstop with it's almost like you're looking at everything with data. So let me ask you, are there evergreen industry? We put you in a complete different industry. You're not in the industry you're in. Pick a real estate, insurance, sports, baseball.
The fundamental concepts remain the same.
So exactly. So what I want, is there 3 numbers that you're going to say, I need to know this, and I need to know report for this many months, and I need to know what is there something that your brain goes to automatically?
Yes.
What are those?
So firstly, it's never 3 things. It's 100 different variables that you have to juggle as an entrepreneur, right? No matter what industry vertical you're in, if you want to build something that's big, it's never a simple answer, and it's never. Eventually it'll be simple. So even eventually as you spend time learning about something.
Eventually it'll be simple to you,
to anyone, person,
or to me watching you talk about it.
To both.
Okay.
Right? So what I mean by that is, let's say if you pick real estate and somebody is building a real estate business, day one when they're in the real estate industry, so if I start in the real estate industry today, I will only know X number of things about that industry. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, if I stay in that industry, I will know a whole lot more. It's really important to know that there are no shortcuts. There is no get rich quick scheme that exists. If you believe that you can win a lottery or someone is overnight success, firstly, nobody's an overnight success. Right? If you think about an overnight success, there's a 10-year history that you just don't know about. Most successful stories take somewhere between 5 to 20 years to happen. Right? Which means that it takes a long time, but it's not just about the effort that you put in. That is an obvious one that everybody has to work hard.
Sure.
There are lots of people that work hard that don't succeed. Mm-hmm. And the primary reason for that is they're missing out somehow on learning and evolving. Each of us, every one of us is capable of incredible things. Most of us can build really cool things or do something to achieve something that we really want to achieve. But we need to not just be willing to put in the time, but be willing to constantly learn and constantly evolve. The first few times we do anything, we're going to suck at it. Maybe the first 100 times we do something, we're going to suck at it, right? But eventually, you'll be really good at it, and you'll keep learning from it. So if every week you look back and you're like, I did this, and I need to learn this. This is where I need to get to. What did I spend time learning? And how can I do this more efficiently? And the learning involves reading a lot, whether it's online, whether it's trade journals, whether it's books, whether it's actual courses that you might end up doing, whether it's talking to people, whether it's going to trade shows, whether you have to constantly learn from people's numbers. And the more data you collect, because you have to be a data junkie. You have to continuously.
I noticed that with you. You're all data.
You have to know the stat of everything in order to know the probability of success or failure for something that you try. And it is much cheaper to learn from somebody else's failure. So if you know company ABC tried these things and these things it failed at, and this is what worked for it, just go for what worked for it, replicate that, right? So then it was cheaper for you to get there. Now I'm not saying that they necessarily did everything right. So you try and get more and more data about what people did right and what people did wrong. And you need both those data points. And the more you learn, the more you can change your process of thinking. And anyways, you have to change and evolve your process of thinking as you grow, because when you are a 10 people startup, you know everybody in your company. When you are a 50 people startup, you still know everybody in your company, but you don't talk to everybody in your company every day. When you're a 200 people company, you still know everybody in your company, but they're maybe 2 or 3 layers down. Right? When you're a 1,000 people plus company, you don't know everybody in your company, you don't know the names of everybody in your company. So your style of management has to continue to evolve as you scale, and it needs to be completely different. And one of the things that you have to think about as you're scaling is never linear. It's always non-linear in a good way for you.
Sure.
So keep that in mind, because just because you have to do something for X number of hours for getting to, let's say, 100, to get to 200 is a lot easier. The first 100 is much harder.
No doubt.
Then the first 1,000 is much harder than the next 10,000 to the next 100,000.